finally your dreams are answered, but you're too old to enjoy them.
The problem is I was born old and no one saw that. You should ask my friends.
It's like when you did ABCD at 2 or 3, you said, "Arey bhaiya, jaldi kyun nahi sikh gaya?" You wanted to do it faster.
I conned them. I'm such a good actor. When I was doing fashion, that I was actually gay.
Thankfully so, but I don't know why would they call you gay, because all the previous interaction and the way you were romancing ladies, I wouldn't know why they would believe that you're gay.
I think I was so convincing in fashion that they thought maybe. I got to tell you. This is the rumor you must know. So there was actually a rumor that I had died. I don't know.
Oh my God.
And this is truth. This is truth. I remember.
And the way you say please, there's a grim smile and panic in the same breath. How did you do it?
Whatever you've taken from me, please, can I have it back?
Am I dying or what? Interviews often talk about Samir Soni wearing multiple hats, from investment banking to theatre, a big screen star to a small screen heartthrob. We'll just add how, bringing it on like a boss, dealing with everything with his dapper style and infectious smile. Firstly, we know how tough it is to crack you and make you say yes to everything. So Samir ने हाँ बोल दिया, मतलब benchmark हो गया. You say yes to Anamika.
How did I say yes to Anamika?
Yeah, what made you say, like, what?
I got a call from Vikram Bhatt's office, and so I went to meet him, and he gave me a narration, and the role was very interesting. It was very kind of fun role that I'd have fun doing it. And I always wanted to work with Vikram because I think in the genre we're dealing with like a thriller or a horror. He's like a maestro, in India. I think nobody does it better than him. So I always wanted to work with him. So this was, like a spy thriller being directed by Vikram. And mine was a very interesting, quirky character that he had created. So yeah, it didn't take much time. I said yes,
Could you tell us more about your role?
Well, I play a character whose name is Samir Oberoi. Surprise. And he's this rich tycoon who deals with jewelry and stuff, and a corporate guy. But he has associations with the drug lords and the underworld. And he's a very sophisticated guy. And the Indian intelligence agencies have an eye on him. They think, there's something about him. And so they send their agent, which is Soni, which is Anamika, to find out, to keep an eye on him. And he doesn't know that. And he kind of falls in love. Both fall in love.
Oh.
And then one fine day she disappears. Now Samir Oberoi is really concerned because she has all his secrets. She knows everything, what he does, what he does not do. And now he's found out that she's an agent also. So he's scared that now he'll be caught. And that's when the whole drama takes place.
A lot of anticipation happening here. And yeah, rightly. I mean, I think that is you as an investment banker, really rich with the drug lords, of course. Over there.
Yeah, watch it now. Huh? So that's you only. You're a drug lord, and you get people killed. That's just you.
6 million views in a week. Were you expecting this?
Wow. I'm sure it's not because of me, but hey, man, that's fantastic. It's lovely. I mean, it's like, wow. So, yeah, shows you how big a star Soni is.
Oh, I think it's a lot of people put together. It's Rahul ji and you and...
Not true. But yeah.
People, yeah.
It's a team, I think it's a teamwork. But yeah, I think a lot of people are curious to see what she's going to come up with, because this is, it's like an action-packed in terms of the role she's playing of a spy, which I think she will surprise a lot of people in acting.
Of course. And what was Neelam's first reaction on seeing you in Anamika?
Well, she hasn't seen the shows yet. So...
when you got the part, what was her reaction?
That was all right. I mean, in the sense that I like playing quirky guys. I like playing different kind of characters and stuff like that. And she's always very supportive of my choices. And she said, "Look, wow, she sees my excitement and she says, "Oh wow!" And Vikram is like, she knows Vikram very well, so it was like, comfort zone that you're working with people you know. So yeah, she was very supportive of me, and there's another very dear friend of mine, Ayaz Khan, who's also playing a very pivotal role in the show. So yeah, I think she's very supportive of me. Yeah.
So finally, when you talk about playing quirky characters like we've seen you and very tightly, you've said in an interview, it's a very essential dialogue, and you said, finally your dreams are answered, but you're too old to enjoy them. But we never see you getting old, even with that tag with salt and pepper. Do you still abide by this, or you want to take it back? We really hope you do. I mean, what do you have
No,
to
I, the problem is I was born old and no one saw that.
say?
You should ask my friends. I mean, I was like this even when I was 15 or 20 years old. So, so I guess I couldn't get any older. I was born old, so I'm still old. I mean, among my friends, they call me the wise old man. So, yeah, I don't know what to say about that.
It's like when you did ABCD at 2 or 3, you said, "Arey bhaiya, jaldi kyun nahi sikh gaya?" Because I just wanted to do it faster.
No, I don't know. Yeah. I feel old. I feel old, but that's okay. I can live with that. I'm not fighting it. I'm okay.
But talking about being picky, that you've been about your roles, and we know they've all been fascinating cameos, EQ now. Anything you regret letting go? Have you let go of anything?
Yeah. Only one in my life, which was going to be my first film. I was young then. I didn't know anything from Mumbai. I was supposed to do Preeti Zinta's first film, Kya Kehna, opposite her, which I think Saif played.
Are you serious?
Yeah. I was signed for that. I was signed. I even signed for it. And in the end, I said no because I thought I wasn't convinced of the role. That's one regret I made because
Wow.
Kundan Shah was one of my favorite directors, and Pips was a big company, but I was a young guy, and they wanted to sign me for a 5 film deal, and I was too idealistic, and I said no. Why is he behaving like this? And I don't like the character, and yeah, that was going to be my first film. That was my first film, which I signed and returned the money and said no, I'm not going to do it. So I actually remember the conversation I had with Kundan Shah. So I said, sir, either I'm the bravest man in the world or the stupidest man in the world. And I think I'm probably both. I was brave enough to say no to something I didn't believe in, even though it was something so big, but pretty stupid that I should have had more faith in the makers and the producers. So I was rather stupid, I think.
Then eventually the choices really spoke for themselves. When you even talk about TV screen, they can wipe off their image and just see. So I think that is that. I am sure audiences would, it'll ring a bell. Moving on, there is this final question before we go to a quick set. Viewers call Anamika a sasta copy of Jason Bourne. A very leading publishing house has said it. Your
You're
thoughts?
saying
What
it's a
do you say
Sasta
about
copy of Jason Bourne.
Yeah, Jason Bourne.
Have you seen it?
I have seen the
No,
trailer.
no. I'm saying that the people who said that, have they seen the shows yet?
That I wouldn't know. They're just comments, and a leading publishing house has made this a headline. So your 2 cents.
I hope a lot of people follow them and they sell copies and stuff. I mean, I would understand if they saw it first. Then we can discuss it. I don't think without seeing something and saying it is this or it is that is not right.
True. Yes. And it's a
Without seeing, it's like, I saw 30, 55-second trailer and I think this is a cheap copy of that. Hey, man, see it first. Then if you say it, then I'd probably respect and appreciate that a little more.
I think judgments come free, and that's the best and the
And
worst
to me,
part.
no, at the end of the day, what they say is the proof of the pudding is in the eating of it, right? If you like it, if the pudding tastes good, if you enjoy the show, that's what matters. Whether it's a copy of this, doesn't really matter to me. It's how whether you enjoy it or not.
Thank you for answering this with such honesty. We have a quick set where we would love to have something that comes straight to your heart whenever you're ready.
Ready?
Okay. Anyone who could have stepped in your shoes and done a great job at Anamika?
too many people to remember or recall. I think there are enough brilliant actors out there who would have brought their own thing. They might have not done it the way I did it, but I'm sure they could have done a good job.
Thank you. If you had to choose between OTT, television, and cinema.
Number 1, TV. Number 2, OTT. Number 3, cinema.
Nice one. And most fun co-star on the sets of Anamika.
On the sets of Anamika, actually, the most fun I had was with Vikram Bhatt. So he's like the conversation that go on was and because I spend most time with my director. So, but yeah, I mean, Rahul was there. Rahul Dev. I didn't have enough scenes with Ayaz. Even Soni, we had great conversations, and like she's a mother and she's got 3 kids, and I have a daughter who's 9 years old. So we were like constantly talking about how the new generation is, going on to iPads and stuff and mobiles and stuff. So it was, great fun, nice conversations I had with her as well. But yeah, Vikram is probably my favorite.
Vikram, even Sunny mentioned Vikram as his most fun co-star. Ankita, we need to have an interview. I'm sure it's going to be as fun. So moving on, investment banking, modeling, acting. The one thing you could pass, if at all.
One thing I could pass.
Yeah, one thing you could pass and not done.
Investment banking. Investment banking, no, never. Bad idea. I was not meant for that. I mean, I did it because I could do it. I think I'm intelligent enough, but no, I'm not a numbers guy who's sitting at a place acting. I love too much. I think.
Really, because interviews really mention that you've helped people make you signed million deals, 1 million ka deal in some time, and you've done a lot of good investment banking and all that. Interviews are all about.
Oh. I wish I could do that for myself.
Yeah. While you were working back in time.
No. Look, investment when you're an investment banker, you really work with corporates. You don't work with people. You work with companies, and I was specializing in mergers and acquisitions, in which how 2 companies can combine and have a better output. So so I worked for my company. I was working for a company called Merrill Lynch. So I was just an employee. My designation was a fund. My designation. I'm sorry.
Sorry to interrupt. Have you gotten big deals signed? Is that true?
I was definitely involved in them. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for answering this for us. And one of the final ones would be the most bizarre thing a fan has ever said to you.
Most bizarre thing a fan has ever said to me. Oh God.
Be honest.
Okay, I'll tell you one thing. It wasn't a fan, but this lady said that when she saw me in Jassi Koi Nahi, she said, I wish my son-in-law would be like him.
Son-in-law? People were thinking husbands or
no, wait a minute. I didn't finish my story. That was my mother-in-law.
Oh my God, that is so sweet. That is so
when we got married, she told me later on that I always used to watch the show and I always hoped my son-in-law would be like you. So.
Here you are. So beautiful.
I conned them. I'm such a good actor.
Or maybe you already knew about this. Maybe you already knew what
no. I met Neelam much later after that. Much later.
Oh, so it's all well that ends with a good ending, and I think there's much more to go. I think you'll have a longer time to go, and hopefully, and the funniest rumor about you.
I'm a pretty non-controversial guy, so there hasn't been any rumor per se, apart from probably vaguely that I heard was that when I was doing fashion, that I was actually gay. So that was, like, oh, okay. Because I play a gay fashion designer. So, oh, he's actually gay. That's why he's so believable. So I'm like, okay. But otherwise, yeah, I'm very non-controversial kind of guy. I'm a pretty boring chap. So there's no rumors about me.
And thankfully so, but I don't know why would they call you gay, because all the previous interaction and the way you were romancing ladies, I wouldn't know why they would believe that you're gay.
I think I was so convincing in fashion that they thought maybe.
there could
No,
be
but
no
that was like a small thing.
yeah.
That wasn't like a. But otherwise, there's not been a rumor. Oh, one. Okay, I gotta tell you. This is the rumor you must know. Forget the earlier answer. I was watching a play at Prithvi Theatre, and I got out, and I saw like about 10, 15 missed calls. I'm like, what the hell? What happened? So I called them back, and there were these journalists who were calling news channels. So I said, yeah, what happened? What happened? He said, you okay? I'm like, yeah, what happened? So there was actually a rumor that I had died. In I don't
Oh
know.
my God.
Yeah, and this is truth. This is truth. I remember because I wasn't answering my phone because I was watching a play. You can't take your call. And so one of the vans that the news channels have had actually left for my house. So I don't know how and what. So I was like, no, 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 I'm alive. Thank you. So yeah, that was true, man. I was like, I remember suddenly remembered there was this rumor that I died. So
But was
sorry,
it back
sorry.
fire? Oh my
Huh?
God, God
I
knows.
don't even know what the origin was because there were different people calling me. I think like Zoom TV called me and somebody else called me and somebody else called me. And I'm like, my next thought was, hey man, who died? I want to know that. Forget me or who died? And because of which you're calling me. So that was the most bizarre thing that ever happened to me. Like,
You just had to sue these guys. What did you do?
no,
Laugh.
I quite enjoyed the attention they gave me and the love and affection they gave me and their concern for me. I appreciate that. But
Oh my
I
God.
was like, okay. So if something is to happen to me tomorrow, people will think about it. That's interesting.
Oh my God. Bizarre.
Now, that was the most. That's truth. That's something. Yeah, no, I should. I'm surprised it slipped out of my mind.
It's not just bizarre, it's B-I-Z-Z-A-R-E. So yeah, thank you. Finally, what is being heavily played on your music playlist right now?
What is heavily being played on my music list?
That's right.
Look, I love, 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 love music. If I'm born again, I want to be a musician. And the song that I listen to pretty much every night I go to sleep is by Chris Stapleton, called Tennessee Whiskey. It's beautiful. It's a blues song. I listen to it a lot. Yeah, that's my top of my list. Tennessee Whiskey. So
These
for
genres.
those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, Google it and you'll like it. If you like blues, you would appreciate the song. It's a lovely song called Tennessee Whiskey. So
Definitely, I will Google it and
you must be
download.
wondering, what is he talking about, man?
No, how
They
can I
probably
do
I'd say
that?
something like a Justin Bieber song, or I don't know, Lady Gaga or somebody. I don't know, but I like old school. I like blues. So yeah.
Beautiful. So I think you have your target audience. There are people who like a lot of independent music in
Yeah,
the
I love. I mean, from like whenever I'm shooting, I always start with two songs which are like back to back, and both are like Sufi songs. One is by Abida Praveen, so that's when I block everything off. I put the music on, and I start. The makeup man does his makeup, and I block the world out. So one song is by Abida Praveen, and one is a Qawwali by Wadali brothers from Pakistan, I think. There's a beautiful song called Tu Mani Anamani Asada Tenu Ram Manya. So this has been on for like years now, like last 3-4 years. I reach my vanity van, that music is put on, and I do a makeup.
pinned and marked. While people are looking for gossip on social
Yeah,
media, you're doing this.
yeah. Abida Praveen, Zahid ne, and Wadali brothers Tumani Anamani.
On it, on it. And while we wrap up the final, there was this very beautiful line. It was short line in the trailer. तुमने जो हमसे चुराया है, can we please have it back? And the way you say please, there's a grim smile and panic in the same breath. How did you do it? If you could please do it for the audiences once again, and how did you manage to do this?
So you want me to do it for you?
For the audiences, I would love it was for if it would have been for me, I would have just stayed right here, but audiences would work.
Well, whatever you've taken from me, please, can I have it back?
Am I dying or what? Thank you so much. So this was you, and we want to hear more and more of you, but I'm sure there's Lots more to come. Wishing you a lot of success, a lot more to come, a lot more films. Thanking you, Hashida Daga, signing off.